Hello, Louis Segarra here. And we're at Brian's Auto Shop, which is going to be right next to where the homeless shelter is going to be. They spoke to you, the architect spoke to you and told you some of the plans that they plan on doing here. Can you give us an idea of what was said?
I'd love to. This building here that they say is so perfect, they're going to take off the first 20 feet here, move it back. They're going to make a 2-lane entrance and exit. And they're going to have an entrance to the back of the building. So all the glass in the back of the building will be for people to enter into their reception area. So anybody who goes into this building has to come down this driveway and go into the backyard. They're going to take this hill in the backyard, which is probably about 9 foot high, they said, from grade, and take it all away. So all the drainage and everything that's there to hold the water back is going to be gone. And they're going to put up 9 foot high walls to make a parking lot on 3 sides with a 6 foot fence on top of that. So we're talking a 15 foot height wall overall with the fence for 15 parking spaces. And then they're going to put 14 offices inside. And on the other side of the building, if we walk around, you can see how close it is to the gentleman's home right next door. And if you look in the backyard, you can see it abuts 3 houses right here. Yeah. It's right against them. I mean, it's just, and the corner of this property to the right isn't even their property. You see this Volkswagen bus just in front of that is about 35, 40 feet that isn't theirs. It goes at an angle. And all the pictures depict it being a squared off lot, and it's not. So I don't even know if they can do what they want to do back here.
And these are your cars out here that you're working on?
So my customers' cars, yep, because the ones that don't fit inside have to stay outside, and that's going to be an issue later if there's angry people coming out of there, like we've seen in the past with the police records.
Okay, and we feel that's going to affect you, especially when they start construction, that's going to affect your business with all the noise and the material, the trucks, dust and everything else like that.
Yeah, and then you're going to have construction guys here, and where are they going to park? They're going to be all over the neighborhood streets. So all the streets are going to be impacted all around the neighborhood as these guys are building this. And the architect told me it's an 18 to 24 month process to build this particular building. It's a long period.
And it's not just about your business, it's about also the businesses across the street, the houses that are here that are going to be impacted.
Surrounding areas.
And all the homes around here too. So just, we're only a block of commercial. Everything else behind us is residential. There's houses across the street. Right. There's people living in the back of that. They have small children. There's a gentleman above this one here. There's an electric company there. There's a barber shop there. We have 3 homes in a row after that. Then we have a construction company. We have a church. We have a residential right next to it.
There's houses in the back over here behind this building, correct?
They're all behind it.
Plus residential areas.
Within 170 plus residential dwellings.
Within 800 feet or something?
Feet.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
it's really close. It's really close.
Very dense.
So, I mean, when you get up and you get up to the actual property, you visibly see it, makes a big difference in what you're looking at. Yeah. You can tell on this side of the building, this building is built on the property line. It's right on it. It's about 20 feet from this house right here where the kids sleep in their bedroom. And on the back of this building, they're going to take off this outside wall in the roof section. They're going to build a patio downstairs, and they literally call it an outside smoking area. Okay? And then they're going to put a deck above it. That's where they're going to be able to go.
Right over here, is that where their property line is right there? Where
That's
that building? Wow,
You're
so there's really no room, huh?
It is on the line. There's nothing there.
You don't see that anymore.
Not
I
anymore.
mean, it's got to be 10-foot setbacks.
Of
or
course,
whatever,
like something like this.
Yeah, something like this,
10 feet.
yeah.
Over there, you're right on the line. But they're going to remove the back part of that, and then they're going to have people out there. With summertime, the kids are sleeping, the windows are there, and you're going to have smoke from smokers going right in their windows.
Noise, people talking, all kinds of stuff, yeah.
Cursing,
yeah.
the types of words you don't want your 8-year-old hearing.
At the end of the day, it's all about what they're going to do to the residential area. They're going to ruin it. And people are going to try to get out of here and sell their houses and everything. It's terrible.
The quality of life is
quality of life is going to go down. Yeah, nobody's going to buy here.
Now, are they also building up too?
Yeah, there's going to be 2 levels.
There's going to be
2 levels. There'll be a downstairs patio and an upstairs patio. I've studied these plans really well. I mean, I went today. I went again before we had the meeting and everything. They're putting 43 beds in here.
That's
capability
crazy.
Of 43 beds.
You get close to 100 calls a year they get right now?
That will double.
200 calls a year they get right now.
So this guy here
will have 200 calls coming to his bedroom.
Well, I bet you it'd be more than that because now you're going from how many? What is it, like 15 beds down there?
Yeah.
You're going to go to more people, more complaints, more bad things happen. So it opens up a whole can of worms. I think that's really bad for the neighborhood. How could you argue and say it's not going to affect the neighborhood in any way?
It has to affect the neighborhood.
It has to affect the neighborhood.
You walk up here, you can see the house right behind it.
Yeah.
House
You see right behind it over here. And if you own a house here, you got to be wondering.
His father is the same way, right behind it.
They also say it doesn't affect your housing value. Well, who's going to buy this house?
Yeah, exactly.
That's going on on a constant basis.
And this gentleman just put a ton of money in redoing this entire house. He invested in Peekskill because he wanted to live here, and then they're doing this to him. It's going to be.
I'll be honest. If they get this done, they'll ruin this whole neighborhood. Really will. They'll ruin it. I mean, nobody's going to want to live down this way. And then this is probably the better side of Peekskill in the sense that the people move here for the school district. You know what I mean? So to do that to everybody around here is not fair. But
we're back in front of the where they plan to do the homeless shelter. back here with Brian. Brian, can you give us a little bit more update as to what they plan to do up front?
Sure. The building here that you see, as it states, is going to be moved back probably about where that first pillar is, and they're going to have an in and an out. Now, that is a regular county school bus stop, right? A regular county bus stop right there. The Beeline stops there several times a day.
So the bus stop is, that's the one right there. That's the one that a lot of the
Everybody
residents have issues as far as where their kids come out of and things like that.
Well, the kid bus stops, the school bus stops, are actually that way about 150 feet.
So 150 feet
So
from
right
the
about where that
shelter.
white picket fence is, that's where they stand. And right over here up the street, about 165 feet, is where the other ones stand up here. So
So-
it's not very far. And this is the county bus stop where a lot of older people come and take the bus to go to their doctors or what have you. And the amount of people that come on the street during the course of a day, I'm here all day. I know. There's a lot of
Here
people.
you have about 3,000 cars come back and forth on a
That
daily
was a
basis.
study they just did because they're going to redo this street this spring. And the study they said was 3,000 cars a day drive on this street.
And what's important to also note is that this particular bus is only bus 14.
Right, correct.
So one of the things that the proponents of the shelter keep talking about is it's going to give more access to their residents to a bus system, but it's only to one line. Currently, they likely have a lot more access to more lines of travel,
And they're closer to the train.
and they're closer to the train station from where they are now. This is about 4 times the distance.
You hear it here, and some of the concerns they have is not just about the construction part of it. It has to do with the bus stops, the residential areas, the businesses. So it's a lot more than what it looks like it is. But we'll keep you updated. The more information we get, we'll send it over to you. I'm Louis Segarra, Peekskill United.